Well, the only known U.S. Delta Force raid on an ISIS leader to date has come to light. Baghdadi deputy ISIS oilman Abu Sayyaf. His hideout was raided as U.S. Special Forces bombarded the complex in eastern Syria, equipped with machine guns and rockets. 15 members of Delta Force, they moved inside, shooting him twice in the chest. Jose, one interesting caveat to this, a Yazidi teenage sex slave. She's the one telling the story. This narrative comes from her. She was actually a victim in that house. She was freed with this raid. Now, Sayyaf, he tried to pretend that his own wife was in fact a sex slave to avoid being shot. Didn't work. They shot them both. Forces closing in. You know, this is the first time we've heard of a Delta Force mission like this on the ground, hitting a major ISIS target in eastern Syria. And I want to point out, we didn't get this from our own Pentagon, no press release that I could find. This is coming from a source in the Daily Mail, this article, and they worked in conjunction with British Special Forces as well. Their Prime Minister said, yes, this happened. We don't have a statement here on this end. What do you make of that?
Well, obviously the Pentagon either way is not going to reveal if it's the modus operandi that they use for this type of captures.
But
even
just
if
acknowledge it and say, yes, we did it.
It might be a strategy just to keep quiet and see what happens. At the same time, it might be just propaganda that is not there. So it's something that is developing. For me, what it makes me think of is the information that arrives today, that there's only 6 U.S.-trained Syrian fighters actually on the ground out of an investment of $500 million that the U.S. have made training. They were expecting between 200 and 500 fighters. The reality is that we only have 6. That's the worth of our $500 million.
It's disgusting. You know, I think you and I covered this on The Lip. We actually broke it down per minute what the Pentagon spends on fighting ISIS. A lot of that money does go to trainers on the ground, boots on the ground, you know, helping. They want to see people rise up so that our U.S. military doesn't have to. Haven't been too successful at that. But in this case, this was our own U.S. Defense Special Force that did this. I want to point out this is their 3rd attempt. The first 2, the airborne assault ceased, and then, you know, they've tried this twice before, but the man was pretty crafty in his hideout, and they couldn't get to him. They mulled over 2 armed guards in the house. The kicker for me for this story, so Sayyaf, Yazidi sex slave, was in the house. These ISIS fighters are known for buying and selling women like property. When they go in and seize a town, they take the women, they sell them off. This man had purchased a teenage girl. His wife was not a Yazidi sex slave. He was pretending that his wife was a sex slave, thinking that would save him if he had a sex slave in the hand, you know, because they obviously want her safe and alive and well. Not really understanding why in his brain he would think that that would work as a ploy. You know, grab the woman, my last-ditch effort to like not be shot. Speaks to the larger issue going on.
To the quality of you know, the lack of humanity and the sense of superiority and that they can go doing things that, you know, they don't have to pay for. Also makes me think of how sad it is to have the information coming away that it's hard for us to know that, like you said, the Pentagon not coming out and confirming or denying, it makes for, you know, a lot of things that are not confirmed and a lot of speculation.
And the only thing we have is a victim impact statement. I want to point out Mr. Sayyaf, he was the terror group's in-charge man of earning cash from oil operations. Our Delta Force has taken him down. Good for you guys. And we'd love to know what you think about this story. Are we doing enough to fight ISIS in this war? Also, what my colleague said about the 6 on the ground that we've trained, all this money spent. Let us know what you think about this story. While you're at it, be sure to check out the rest of our channel. And of course, subscribe to The Lip TV for more.